Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk to you guys about doming. This is a photo, and I'm going to actually turn it into a refrigerator magnet. I am going to teach you guys about doming, and doming is very easy. I've already set this photo. This was the original photo. This is like absolutely one of my favorite photos. This is a photo of my grandson. He was about 4 years old in this picture. He's 7 years old now. His name is Chase. And I was at the park with him. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. And we went to a park called the Turtle Park. And he was on top of these giant turtles. And when he got off, he was posing. And I noticed that he put his shoes on backwards. And he was just standing there like everything was calm. And I just thought it was the most cutest photo. And so I snapped it. And I swear to you, he's 7 years old now. He hates when I bring this photo out. But this is absolutely one of my favorite photos. And I decided to crop it and I'm going to turn it into a refrigerator magnet. So this is what the original mold looks like after I've poured the resin on it. And then this one, this is his little sister. And I've already domed this one. And as you can see the difference. Let me angle it. When you dome it, it gives a finishing look to the photo. It makes it look fuller. It kind of goes around the entire photo. And this one is one that I haven't domed, and it's kind of hard to see it, but once I dome it, you'll see the difference. And this one is one that was domed. This is Carly, his little sister. She's 2 years old. And then this is the one that I haven't domed, and I'm going to show you how I domed it. And right now, I've already mixed a little bit of resin, not a lot. And I actually over-mixed this. I wasn't paying attention. And sometimes when you over-mix resin, you produce air bubbles. And so as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but I did produce a few air bubbles, which I am going to get rid of those by using a big lighter. But all I've done was pour a little bit of resin in the center. And I am going to use my popsicle stick, and I'm just going to literally push it out. When you push it out, you're ensuring that it's covering your piece completely. And so all I'm doing is spreading it out to the edges. And every time I come to an edge, I'm going to use my stick to sort of push it out. Add a little bit more. And like I said, I'm going to push all the corners out to make sure it's completely covered. And doming is very easy and very simple. And now that I've domed it, I'm going to use just a big lighter to sort of go over it. And it'll pop all the little fine bubbles. I don't know if you can see them, but I can see them on like the red shorts. And when you go over the big lighter, sometimes you can't see fine bubbles. But when you go over it, you'll start to see little air bubbles pop up. And that's a sign that you had a bubble that was about to form. And all I'm going to do is just kind of repeat the process, just making sure all the corners are the big issue. You want to make sure all the corners, the resin is touching all the corners and pushing out. And each and every time you add more resin, you want to go over it with a big lighter. Okay, and then I am going to cover this because when I did this, I didn't cover this, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's tiny bits of dust, and it's kind of hard to see it, but I can see it. It's like up here at the top, tiny particles of dust on it. And it's not a big deal, but, you know, like I said, I noticed it. And so if you want your pieces to look crystal clear, then you kind of want to make sure you put a dust shield on it. So I am going to let this set up for 24 hours, and then I'll be back and show you the finished product. But I wanted to show you what it looks like when you properly dome something. It fills it out. It makes it look full. It doesn't have a sunken look to it. Sometimes when you pour resin, once it settles, the inside sinks, and then the outside has a full edge look to it. So when you fill in the center, this is what it's referred to as doming. And so This is what it looks like. Sorry about the light. I'm trying to make sure that the light isn't in the shot. There we go. And this was the original photo that I took. Like I said, this is one of my favorite all-time photos of my grandson. And I am going to turn this into a magnet. I decided to put some gold leaf on the back so you just won't see a plain back, plain photo backing. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is what it looks like. I just added a little bit of gold leaf. I wasn't trying to fancy it up, but I was trying to fancy it up. But this is the part that should matter. This is the part that I want you to focus on. So right now I'm going to get my resin. So I am going to use UV resin. Even though I use regular 24-hour curing resin, I'm not going to use regular resin because it would take 24 hours for it to cure. I'm just going to use UV resin and attach my magnets. And so just going to attach a little on either end. These are some really strong magnets, so I have to almost do it really quickly because they sometimes will attach to each other. So all I'm going to do is attach my little magnet, and I got these magnets from Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description. But these are very strong. Let me turn this light on because it's not turned on. Okay, so I've touched my magnets, and then this is my UV light, and all I'm going to do is just slide it in there and set it for 60 seconds. So I'll be back in 60 seconds. Okay, I've attached my magnets, and they are secure. The UV resin has set up, and I didn't have to wait 24 hours. And this is the photo. And then I have a piece of metal. This is sort of a wall bracket that goes on the wall. And I am going to... So clearly this isn't real metal. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to show you my finished domed project that I was working on. And this is a magnet that I made. And this is of my little grandson, Chase. This is his little feet. This is the photo that I use. And like I said before, this is like one of my absolute favorite photos. He and I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and we were at a park called Turtle Park. And it has all these big, giant statues of turtles. And he was up on the turtle, and then he got off. And as I'm coming towards him, he's just standing there, and he just looks so calm, and he just like no care in the world. And I looked out at his shoes, because he had his shoes off. He was running in the sand. And I looked out at his shoes, and I'm like, Chase, you have your shoes on backwards. And he says, no, I don't, Gigi. And I just thought it was the most adorable photo, so I decided to take a picture of his feet. And this is probably one of my absolute favorite photos of him. And so this is the photo, and I wanted to show you that I domed it. And I don't know if you can tell, but see how full it looks across the top? I don't know if you can tell. This is another one of Chase, and as you can see, this one isn't domed. You see how the resin settled down in this one? Let me kind of, you see how it doesn't look full? You can see like sunken parts of it. You can see a lip on it. I don't know if you can quite tell, but this is a piece that's been domed. See how full that looks? So it looks like it's running over the sides. And then when you look at this, you can kind of see that it's not domed. I don't know if you can quite tell, but, and when you dome pieces, it gives it a finished look. I'm trying to do it without the ring light. And then this is a finished look. This gives it a finished look. This one, you know, it's fine. It's still fine. This is him. We were at the St. Louis Zoo, and they have this fish aquarium. He's standing in front of him. Sorry. But this piece isn't domed. And I don't know if you can, you can kind of tell. If you've done doming before, you could kind of tell the difference. See how that one looks a little bit more finished, and that one just looks like the resin sunk in the middle. And then this is his little sister, Carly. She's a year and a half old. And I domed this one as well. I don't know if you can tell, but I made this, made these out of refrigerator magnets. And I'm using my sheet pan just so you can kind of get an idea. But yes, this is of my two grandkids, Chase and Carly. He's 7 years old now. He was about 4 or 5 when this picture was taken. And this is her current age. She's a year and a half. So I just wanted to teach you guys about doming and how it gives your art piece a finished look. Now, you don't have to dome. It's something you don't have to do. You could just, set your pieces and kind of sit this down. You can just set your pieces and be fine with it. But if you want to fill it completely and make it look full, like this one, then add a little bit more resin once it completely cures. You don't want to dome it while it's setting up. You want to make sure that the resin is completely cured. I'm going to go back and dome this piece. Just add a little bit of resin and then it'll fill in all the way. So thank you for watching my channel. I will do some more doming pieces. I may dome some jewelry. I may do a video on, get this piece of glitter off of this. I may dome some jewelry so you can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about. But doming is really, really easy, and it gives your products a finished look. So thank you for tuning in to RoseJayCreates. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button if you're not a member of my channel. And I am offering memberships if you're interested in becoming a member. Make sure you're thumbing up this video. And as always, leave comments. I love reading your comments. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to write to me. Not read to me, but write to me. You can just leave a comment or question in the comment section, or you can email me. My email is on my About section. So thanks again for tuning in to RoseJayCreates. You guys have a great day.